Level 1. The Vat Grown. Today is your very first day on the job. And by job, I mean simply existing. But unfortunately for you, you didn't have a mother, a father, or a peaceful childhood. No, you were grown in a glowing, toxic glass tube filled with synthetic amniotic fluid, managed by a twisted, flesh-sculpting monster who considers you a mass-produced product. The moment the glass shatters and you fall onto the cold, bloody metal floor, nobody is there to give you a towel or a warm embrace. Instead, you are handed a rusty blade and told to fight the other 50 clones who just woke up next to you. If you hesitate, you die. If you cry, you die. Welcome to Gamorra, kid. The dark, twisted underbelly of the universe, where mercy is a literal death sentence.
At this point, you are at the absolute bottom of the food chain in the Dark City. You quickly learn that your race, the Drukhari, runs on one single terrifying law. Your soul is slowly, constantly being drained by a sadistic chaos deity, and the only way to stop your mind from rotting away is to feed on the pain, terror, and agony of others. You don't do this because you want to be edgy. You do it because if you don't watch someone suffer every single day, your body will literally wither into dust. You and your fellow street rats spend your nights hunting in the shadow of neon-lit spires, looking for anyone slightly weaker than you to jump, torturing them just to feel a spark of life in your own veins. Empathy? Love? That's a luxury for the dead. Here, you either become a predator or you become a decoration on someone's throne. Now that you've survived the streets, it's time to move up. Level 2. The Kabbalite Warrior. Congratulations, Grunt. You've managed not to get turned into a leather jacket, and you've officially been recruited into a cabal, one of the massive criminal syndicates that rule the city. You finally get a sleek suit of bladed power armor and a splinter rifle that fires crystallized poison, capable of liquefying a target from the inside out. Your new job description? Intergalactic slave raids. You slip through hidden portals in reality, dropping down onto unsuspecting human worlds or alien colonies in the dead of night. Your goal here isn't to conquer territory or win a war. Empires want land, but your cabal only wants flesh. You sweep through burning cities like a nightmare, capturing millions of screaming primitives alive, chaining them together and dragging them back to the Dark City. You don't lose a single second of sleep over the screams of the families you tore apart. In fact, the louder they scream, the younger and healthier your skin looks the next morning. But while you're out raiding the galaxy, you have to keep one eye on the enemy in front of you and both eyes on your squad mates behind you. In a cabal, a promotion only happens when your superior officer suffers a tragic, completely unpredictable accident involving a knife to the spine. And trust me, everyone in your unit is looking for a promotion. But let's say you were lucky enough to bypass the trenches entirely. Level 3, the Trueborn. This isn't a rank you earn. It's a status you are born into, and it means you are automatically better than everyone else. Unlike the clones grown in tubes, you were born naturally to wealthy, aristocratic parents high up in the spires. You look down on the vat-grown like they are insects. Your childhood wasn't spent fighting for scraps in the alleys. It was spent learning the fine arts of political assassination, slow-acting neurotoxins, and how to smile at someone while planning to eliminate their entire bloodline. As a Trueborn, you form an elite guard, draped in the finest ghost plate armor, carrying weapons that can tear holes in the fabric of space. You think you're safe up here in the clouds, but the higher you climb in Gamorra, the further you have to fall. Your parents didn't raise you out of love. They raised you to be a status symbol. And the moment you become more of a liability than an asset, they will replace you without a second thought.
You spend your days participating in deadly gladiator games and high-speed skyward races through the spires, where one wrong turn means falling into a pit of starving chimeras. It's stressful, sure, but at least your clothes look fantastic. Eventually, if you survive enough backstabbing, you reach level 4, the Sybarite. You are now a hardened veteran, a squad leader responsible for keeping the younger, ambitious warriors from killing each other before the raid even starts. You report directly to the Lords of the Cabal, and you are trusted with the most dangerous assignments, like hunting down rogue psychics or raiding heavily fortified military worlds. You've mastered the art of psychological warfare. You know exactly how to break a planet's morale before your ships even land.
But your job isn't just about terrorizing the galaxy. It's about managing the intense paranoia of your own hierarchy. Your Archon is always watching you, checking to see if you are becoming too popular with the troops. If you achieve too many victories, the Archon might view you as a threat and send you on a suicide mission into the deep warp just to get rid of you. Meanwhile, the warriors under your command are constantly measuring your steps, waiting for you to slow down, waiting for you to show a single moment of hesitation so they can take your place. You sleep with a dagger under your pillow and an active force field around your bed. It's exhausting, but the sheer amount of suffering you get to feast on keeps you feeling like a god. But then, you play your cards perfectly, orchestrate a flawless coup, and achieve level 5, the Archon. You are now the undisputed master of your own cabal. You rule over a spire that pierces the polluted clouds of the Dark City, commanding millions of warriors, assassins, and fleets of warships. You have the political power to wipe out entire star systems on a whim, or trade millions of slaves to the homunculi in exchange for forbidden science that can regrow your body from a single drop of blood. You are functionally immortal, older than most mortal civilizations, and your name is whispered as a curse across 1,000 worlds. You sit on a throne made of the bones of your former rivals, watching holograms of your fleets terrorizing the galaxy. You have everything you could ever want. And yet, you are completely miserable. The paranoia at this level is a suffocating weight. You can't trust your advisors, you can't trust your bodyguards, and you definitely can't trust your own children. Every meal you eat must be tested for microscopic flesh-eating parasites. Every room you enter is scanned for cloaked assassins. You realize that your entire empire of cruelty is a golden cage, and you are just one bad day away from being overthrown and delivered to the torture chambers of a rival who wants your throne. Which brings us to level 6, the Supreme Overlord. There is only one person who has ever held this rank permanently, Asdrabel Vect. To hold this position, you cannot just be a general or a politician, you have to be a living catastrophe. You have ruled the entire Dark City for thousands of years, surviving every assassination attempt, every civil war, and every cosmic invasion through nothing but pure, unadulterated genius and a complete lack of a moral compass. You don't just control a cabal, you control the layout of reality within the city itself. If a rival spire annoys you, you don't send an army. You simply open a portal to a dying sun and incinerate their entire district in a microsecond. You have elevated sadism to a cosmic scale. You look down on the Archons the same way they look down on the street clones. You have turned an entire dimension of billions of deadly, immortal killers into your personal playground. And yet, behind the brilliant schemes and the terrifying smiles lies the ultimate dark truth of the Drukhari race. No matter how many worlds you raid, no matter how many millions of slaves scream in your dungeons, and no matter how grand your dark kingdom becomes, You cannot stop the bleeding. The hunger of the chaos goddess, she who thirsts, is never satisfied. Your entire colossal civilization is not a monument to glory. It is a desperate, terrifyingly fragile shield built out of pain, designed to delay an inevitable damnation that waits for every single one of you. And that is the Dark City career ladder. Brutal, intoxicating, and completely doomed from the very first breath.